Hey everybody, it's the Nitty Professor here. It's a rainy night here in South Dakota. The times change, the days are ending at like 5 o'clock, and I got all these tired dogs surrounding me in the kitchen here, so I thought, what better day than today, what better night than tonight, to talk to you about my 5 least comfortable pairs of heritage boots. So we're going to start with the one that's less uncomfortable, and we're going to move up to the one that's the most uncomfortable. So we're going to start with a familiar boot. By the way, I have a cat roaming around here, so don't be surprised if you see Smaug. Go along, Smaug. There we go. Smaug's got to get out of the way. So the number 5 on my list of least comfortable heritage boots is the Aqua Ramblers. So as we've discussed, this leather is stiff, and I really want to use a cuss word, but we're on YouTube, so I'm not gonna. But you can imagine which one what I would pick. But the reason why these are moving up, hey, there's Smaug. They're finally getting broken in. I can wear these now for the better part of the day. They're getting the lovely wrinkles that we want. And so the level of discomfort that I've been feeling lately wearing these boots has significantly declined. So pretty soon they're going to move all the way off of the uncomfortable list. And, you know, it's just a sign that Smaug really wants to be in the video. That choosing the leather, so, you know, if you choose your leather for toughness, then that, you know, it's going to have a long break-in period. So it's going to be uncomfortable. But there is a payoff, right? Because once you do break it in, you've won a best friend for life, and it's never going to wear out. So I'm actually, even though these boots are still a little bit on the uncomfortable list, they're moving out of it, and really excited. And I know I'm going to be rewarded by probably one of my all-time favorite pairs of boots. So let's move on to number 4 on my list of most uncomfortable boots. All right. So the next pair is the Red Wing Merchants in the olive Mojave leather. Now, there are 2 reasons why these boots are uncomfortable. For one, to be honest, they're just a little bit small. So I have to watch what socks I wear with them, and it just makes it all the harder to break them in. Now, the other reason why I struggle with comfort on these, and I don't wear them as often, is just because of the height of the boot. They just hit me on the front of my ankle in a way where when I'm flexing my ankle, it just like I get this edge just cutting into my ankle like that. And so, you know, maybe, I mean, these tongues aren't even, this is pretty soft leather, you know, so maybe once they're just more cushier and more broken in, you know, again, I'm making progress. It's not like I've neglected them, you know, I've put some miles in these babies, but I really like a boot that's just a half inch or an inch taller. So I do wear them, but I can't wear them all day. I might be able to wear them 3 hours, and then after 4, I'm like, I'm going to go to my Iron Rangers, because those are a much better height for me. So these are number 4, but what's even more uncomfortable than these? Well, it's another pair of Red Wings, and again, it's similar issues, but in a little bit different way. So the 3rd most uncomfortable boots I have are my Indian motorcycle boots. Again, I got the size that I could get on. If I do wear these with thin socks, I'm pretty good. But this has the thicker tongue, and I'm still trying to figure out how to fold it. And of course, since there's so much tongue there, it's harder, you know, to break in. You've got the thickness. It's a fairly tough leather. I think this is the amber portage leather. And again, we have the boot height. So these boots are made to be protective, and that's great. So if you're on a motorcycle, you know, and you're not flexing your ankle a whole lot, it's not like you're trying to hike or something like that, then you need that height. But you also sacrifice comfort a little bit by making the boots this tall. So there are a couple reasons I love these boots to death. I'll probably never get the same amount of wear out of them as I will get, for example, out of my Aqua Ramblers. So let's move on to a boot that's even less comfortable than these. And it's, you know, I want to kind of just add in here, you know, heritage boots by their nature are much more comfortable than most any other shoe. So even by labeling these boots uncomfortable, I'm still talking about a level of discomfort that you can't really compare with the crappy plastic shoes, you know, that you buy at Walmart or whatever. So there are degrees and degrees of discomfort. And nonetheless, I think it is possible to choose heritage boots carefully and to, you know, to discern which ones are really the best. You know, by the time you pay that, sorry for the noise, by the time you pay that much money, it should be comfortable. You shouldn't have to sacrifice. You shouldn't, and the use of the boot is going to make a difference, right? So something that would be comfortable to a firefighter who doesn't want his feet to burn off is not necessarily going to be comfortable for a professor who just wants to be able to march up and down the tile stairs and get to her German class. But these are the number 2 on my list of uncomfortable boots. Again, these are Parkhursts. They were made before the recent post-pandemic changes that Parkhurst made in the way that they go about constructing your boots. I think they use better materials today. But these are the Storm Kudu, and they're really beautiful, but the last is a little narrow for me, and this heel counter, I don't know, I can't break this baby in. I feel like it's made of some kind of like fiber plastic something that it just won't conform to my foot. So after I wear these about 3 hours, I'm like, I'm going to get blisters. And as long as I've had them and as much as I've tried, I've tried to put some wear in these, and I'll continue to try, but I just feel like they're never going to be as satisfying to wear as, for example, my Viola Horse from Truman's or my Iron Rangers or even the Blacksmith. So they are number 2. I will continue to get use out of them, but I don't know that they'll ever really get worn to the degree that might, let's say, justify the amount of money that I invested in them. So now we get to my all-time least comfortable pair of heritage boots. And again, it's, uncomfortable on a scale that would be different, for example, if I was talking about stiletto heels here or something like that, which I'm not so ignorant about the needs of my own body that I would actually wear those. I didn't want to mess up my calves or get bunions or any of that good stuff. So I'm showing you here my Taft boots. These are my least comfortable pair of boots. Now, they look awesome, right? They look super cool. And I'm probably not going to walk the dogs in these because that's not the point. The point is that, they're really pretty. They're really decorative. The quality of the leather in these boots is substandard. I'm just going to claim that. I'm not sure how breakable they are. Maybe if you all have experience with Taft boots, I've probably worn these a handful of times. There are some creases there. I have done some. I've given them a shot, and I will continue to do that because there are times when I want to wear really cool boots. And since I don't wear stiletto heels, right, not going to do that. This is about as feminine as it gets, people. So I do like this, all this stuff going on here with this fabric. Look at that. It's like is that a bird of paradise? The birds are beautiful. The flowers are beautiful. I've sacrificed comfort for looks. So that's what you get, right? But I will continue to wear these and to try to break them in more. Who knows? Maybe they'll get off the list. I honestly don't know because I haven't given these quite as much of an opportunity to prove themselves as I have, for example, the Olive Mojave Merchants, where there I've actually invested some effort in like going on long walks and just really trying to do the work to break them in. And still, I don't know, my ankle just doesn't like them. So anyhow, I'd be curious to know your experience if you have any stories about uncomfortable boots. It's not to say that I wouldn't necessarily recommend any of these boots, but like I say, there are better and lesser boots, and it makes sense. Again, none of these boots was like $50, right? They were all at least, a couple hundred, $250 even on sale. So I think we owe it to ourselves, if we're going to invest that kind of money, to demand that what we put on our feet is going to serve us well. It's going to protect our feet. It's going to be healthy for us. It's not going to cause us to develop arthritis or get blisters or any of that, So do we want to look good? Yeah. It is possible to look awesome and wear heritage boots, and we all know tons of examples of that. So I hope you've enjoyed this content. I will be also making a video on my 5 most comfortable pairs of heritage boots. Feel free to chime in with your experiences with boots that may or may not have risen to the occasion in the comfort area. And I look forward to hearing your comments, and I appreciate your watching. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.